Hey guys, my name is Makwaya. I'm an actor, 24 years of age, and I'm studying Bachelor of Fine Art while I tackle the industry of acting. Best advice that I've received in the industry would be an advice that I was given literally 3 or 4 weeks ago by Paul Hogan himself. He said, forget it. Every audition you do, as soon as you walk out, forget it.
What does that mean?
It means that you have to forget, and don't expect anything to come back from the audition, because that can block you from doing better in the next audition. So as soon as you've done the character and you've done it, you forget about it, because then you're fresh. Your memory is ready for the next gig. Yeah. Toughest decision would go into acting school and having to tell my parents that I want to be an actor and everything. And that was, I think that was the most toughest decision in my whole life, and it's the best decision I've ever taken. Yeah, I remember my mom didn't talk to me for 6 months because she was that pissed off at me. So, yeah,
Okay.
it worked.
It worked.
It worked. About me, something that I'm shy.
Yeah.
People don't see that. They don't see that. Like, they see this outgoing guy, and I don't know. I'm shy. I really like old things, like classic music and stuff like that. I'm not into R&B and that. Yeah, I'm more like into Frank Sinatra, things like that. Old tracks. Family. I like associating with friends, family, spending time with genuine people, rather than be on the internet or social media. I would just love to go out for a drink, whether it's a chill sport, or just spend some time with genuine people. I also work as in the youth. I support my community and give back to my community by helping with the new settlers and arrivals in Australia. So I help with the youth that have just recently arrived in Australia, and I try to help them fit in direct in the society and in the new country that they live in by creating activities and things that are involving community participation or outdoor recreational activities. So like my last project was taking them to the snow, to Falls Creek Mountain, for a snow visit, because most of these kids come from countries in Africa where they are no access to the mountains, or they have never really seen snow, because not everywhere it snows in Africa. So yeah, it's a lovely experience for them. The best quote that I always like is, you get what you put in. My teacher used to say when I was back in Africa, every end of the year, before they call out who got number one, who got number last, the teacher would come out and say, you harvest what you plant. So if you haven't planted nothing, you won't harvest anything. So my favorite quote is, you get out what you put in anything in life. If it's in your career, it's in your marriage, it's in your education, it's in your job. If you don't like it, you go to work with a bad attitude. That's what work is gonna be. Work is gonna be really bad. If you don't like your marriage, if you don't like your career, that's what you're gonna get. A career that doesn't like you back. But if you like it and you actually push yourself, and you do the little things that matters, and you'll get it all back in the end in big pictures. Yeah, the experience in Australian productions have been great, and also educating, because having noticed that it's my first time, and my biggest production was 2 years ago on Newton's Law, when I booked Newton's Law, and that was my first time on an actual set where I have an actual role. And so having to experience about the whole creating of this story and bringing it to life, it was just an educating moment as well, because I have never been shit with anyone in that industry, in that field, and I haven't lived it for like 6 months or so. It just went from I could actually see it being an actual day-to-day job. So, and it's pretty fun. Yes, we do have to work sometimes, but also we do have to have fun, and get some time out there where you meet the casts, and you do things outside, but then there's time where you have to like put in the work and get your lines and put in the acting, bring your role out. And yeah, I would say it has been interesting, amazing, educating, challenging at times, but also motivating, because the guys that you work with, the Australian industry is very small, and so you get to work with the same people that you've worked with in the past, often. So yeah, when that happens, it's really good to see, to meet the same people and know that they're also chasing the same dream of making their stories come to life and stuff like that, and being creative, and meeting creative people is just, yeah, it's mind opening. Yeah. Future aspirations. Well, now I'll be leaving the country, Australian, for the first time since I arrived here in 2009. I'll be leaving to go to London, because I've met an independent director who has been producing TV show called Syros, Shiros, and he's been using a lot of like British actors, singers, musicians, and it's actually doing great. It's like a sitcom TV show and stuff like that. It's really good, and he's invited me to one of the set and potentially maybe get an audition. But yeah, for the first time I'll be leaving and going overseas for actual acting work. And for the future as well, I look to going over to the States as well one day and get my American dream as well, then come back and possibly more work over here, and also see how I can maybe be able to take the work and stuff like that back home as well to Africa and improve the industry, because it's doing great, the industry of Africa. I mean, Genevieve was the first Nigerian lady to bring Nigerian cinema to Netflix. Yeah, with what's her? She's got her movie Lion's Heart. It just came out and it's on Netflix. It did very, very well in the Canadian Film Festival and TIFF. So so being able to work and taking the art back home as well, and creating amazing stories, and which will be influenced, and also have same collaboration with the Western countries. It's also another go-getter of my future aspirations. Yeah. What am I driven by? I'm driven by within the industry and working towards my goal, and what makes me wake up every morning is the fact that I've experienced the lowest part of life. I spent 10 years as a refugee, spent 2 years living in the street with my family. So, and before all that and before the war, my family was well off, and I went to a private school and everything. But after the war and everything, we lost it all. So I know how much it is, or what it means to actually lose it all and be down to the last point of your life. And I guess having lived there and having been down for so many years, I guess what drives me is not going back there, not going rock bottom again, just pushing and working and working. As long as I can breathe, I'll work until I get to the next goal, because I've been down and it doesn't look pretty. And even humans, other people, other countries, they look down at you, and so it's not the prettiest sight. You always want to rise and just keep rising and rising. And I guess that's what drives me, the experience of being so low in life at a point. Yeah. Go for your dream, whoever's watching this. Go for your dream. Don't stop at nothing. There's no dream that is impossible to get, because 10 years ago I was in a refugee camp. I didn't think I was going to be an actor, and the industry has been lovely to me in Australia, and I've reached my dreams. So I'll tell you to go for your dreams, no matter how hard they are. Just take a step. The first step is the first step to many. Yeah.